Hi, I'm Graham and this is Man v Film. One of the greatest things for a movie fan and a couch potato like myself to discover is Netflix. It is absolutely fantastic. You know, there's a horde of movies, TV shows just waiting to be watched at your leisure. And you know, sometimes it can actually be a bit overwhelming to see how many things are on there. And then there's the factor that Netflix tends to pick up things that you've watched and recommend movies to you, but it can also miss out on some things that you know you would generally like. So what I've got here is the top 10 list for February 2015 in the UK of Netflix movies that you should definitely check out. Problem Child. It was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. It is really fun. It is not over the top hilarious. It is not over the top serious. It's something that you can put on and just chill out to and enjoy. It's a brisk 90 minutes. Primer. Primer is Shane Carruth's initial movie that he made himself for about £9,000. It is a time travel movie and it is arguably one of the best time travel movies I have ever seen. The production value isn't great. It is a low budget movie, but the actual story takes over, and the story is basically what you're tuning in for. And I've watched this a couple of times. Can I exactly figure out what's going on? No. Does that take away my enjoyment? Not at all. This is a great film. Last year was an exceptional year for movies. There was so many great ones that came out, and then there was the little ones that were superb but just didn't get the spotlight that they deserved. So one of the movies that I want to highlight just now that you should check out is Blue Ruin. Blue Ruin is a debut feature. It's a revenge tale which doesn't follow the exact tropes of revenge movies. The main character is immensely watchable and it is a really good movie. I watched it not knowing what to expect about it, and that's the best way to go into this film. My number 10 favourite movie of last year, which may just have been pushed out of the list because of Whiplash, was Frank. Frank is a movie that stars Michael Fassbender, although you would never know it because 95% of the movie he's under a paper mache head and you never see it. It's one of those movies that you've probably seen the trailer and thought, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. On Netflix, what's the harm? Put it on and I guarantee you within the first 20 minutes you'll be hooked. It is a great, funny tale and you really should check it out. Next up is His Girl Friday, a movie directed by Howard Hawks and starring Cary Grant. Now this is one of those movies that just drags you in straight from off. It's the dialogue that captures you. It is so swift, so quick, so delicious to hear. It is a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen this before, you should definitely check this one out. Crimson Tide was a movie from Tony Scott's and it was in 1995 it came out. It starred Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman as the captain and is second in charge on a nuclear submarine. They get a message through. It's not complete, so people are not sure what exactly it is saying. Gene Hackman, as the captain, decides that it's saying to launch a nuclear missile. Denzel Washington, as he's second in charge, reads into the note that it's not, it's just to say be ready in action. So what begins is a faction splitting of the submarine, half of the people wanting to launch the nuke, half not wanting to do it, and it's just a basically tight thriller. This is an exciting movie, and if you haven't seen it, it's really worth watching. Like I said, last year, great year for movies. Some movies were not given the spotlight that they should have. One of those movies was Fruitvale Station. It starred Michael B. Jordan. It told the last 24 hours of this guy's life, and you know, it is a really enjoyable drama. I don't want to tell you too much about this because I didn't know anything going in and I just really enjoyed it. There's a lot of documentaries in Netflix, and Netflix have produced some of their own, and there are some trite ones, there are some fantastic ones, but one of the most watchable documentaries that is on Netflix is Blackfish. Blackfish tells the tales of killer whales in captivity, most specifically this one whale in SeaWorld. It is framed almost like a murder mystery, is this killer whale actually torturing and killing people deliberately? Has he been given a level of psychosis because he has been encaged all his life? It is a fantastic, really watchable documentary. I've watched it twice now and it's just so good. I would highly recommend sitting down and watching Blackfish. Again, another one from 2014, one that just missed off my top 10 list of the year, and that was Locke. Locke stars Tom Hardy as a Welsh concrete specialist who walks off his job on the evening of the biggest concrete dump in history. What transpires throughout this full 90-minute movie, which is set within his car as he's driving from one location to another. It's just a small, intimate tale. There's no twist, no turning, no weird plot lines. It is basic. Him in the car, travelling, trying to juggle several things on various phone calls. Doesn't sound that interesting, but the performance from Tom Hardy, it just concretes why he's one of the best actors of this generation. A lot feel like it's going to be a bit of a hard movie, set in the one location for such a length of time, but Tom Hardy just makes the movie so watchable. Last, definitely not least, was my number one movie of last year, and that was The Raid 2. You do not have to have seen The Raid 1 to go in to enjoy this one. If you have, you may be expecting a bit of a different movie. The Raid 1 was, from start to beginning, all action, non-stop, and it was exciting and really, really enjoyable action. The set pieces were really well worked out and looked amazing. With the second movie, the director has taken his time. What he's done is he's went from the small story from the first movie and expanded into a greater canvas. So it's a sort of crime drama, and yes, it does have the exciting action pieces, but it has a bit of a story that leads up to it. It's a languid pace as it sets up these beautiful shots, and then it just explodes into this flurry of gorgeous violence and edge of the seat material. I think the Raid is one of the most fantastic movies I've seen. Like I said, you don't have to have seen The Raid 1, but you definitely should see The Raid 2. I'll see you next March when I list up another top 10 movies of that month that you have to check out on Netflix. Up until then, if you happen to see anything that I should watch, if you just make a comment and let me know, I'll be happy to check it out.